Before the world sees your wins, your soul has to feel your work. It's the reps nobody applauds that produce the wins that do, all through a shifting of your identity into a dominator. This is all done in the dark every single day. So let me be your guide as I welcome you to this episode of the Dark Work Daily. Mediocrity has a price tag too. People talk about the cost of ambition, it being a lot. It's the time, the grind, the sacrifice. What they don't talk about at the time usually is this cost of mediocrity. What you are actually paying and doing things the crappy way. The slow erosion of self-respect that takes place little by little by little. The growing gap between who you are and who you know you could be, because every day you're supposed to be somebody and you know when you're being that person and when you're not being that person. And playing it small isn't free. Most people think like, if I play small, I don't stand to lose anything. No, you stand to lose everything. Every potential opportunity, every great part of your life, every amazing thing could be robbed from you. You can watch other people living out great situations. I as a dad have a lot of situations where I'm often trying to explain to my kids this reality, and I wish I could just shake them and wake them up, make them get this thing. They're not always like this. Not all of them have. They have their dances. Each one of them has their own little windows of time when they dance into this space. But the reality is there's going to be a time when there is no moment to fix what you broke. There's going to be a moment in time when everything that you created and did moved you towards this step in this space that you're stepping into that you do not, for the life of you, want to be in, but it's your fault. You played small. You cut corners. You didn't give your all. You didn't play with intensity. You kind of just got by. You were playing mediocre. And you figured not so bad. I'm not losing anything. And so nothing was given. I know sometimes it's hard because oftentimes folks are apprehensive to give their all because what if I fail? What if I do all of this and nothing happens? What if I give everything of my soul to this and I don't get the thing I want? And I go, yeah, well, if you do nothing, you for sure end up there. You for sure end up not getting what you want. So why not at least gamble with a better gamble of giving your full energy and soul into something? You don't get something great until you give great. You don't get to give a little bit and see if it's going to be good, and then maybe you get that thing and, oh, it's great now. No, you give your soul to something. That's why when people win Super Bowls and finals and championship games, they don't step back and go, oh my gosh, I'm so surprised. They go, yeah, no, I expected this. You know how hard I worked for this? The time put into this, the injuries, the setbacks, the problems, the conversations, the hardships. We expected this to take place for us. They're happy they got it, but they're not surprised. There's a difference there. See, when you're playing small, you're paying for it every single day, just in a different currency, one that you can't track on a spreadsheet. It's a loss of self-respect, a loss of confidence, a loss of drive and motivation. I think that a lot of people have a sense of sadness that leads to depression that is heavily tied to their mediocre actions. And then knowing at some point it's their fault and not being able to handle the weight of that. I had to go through this myself when I had to battle back from being literally depressed and suicidal and thinking, man, if this is life after the NFL, man, I don't want this life. I wanted no part of it. And I'll tell you what, when I look back at that time, I was playing mediocre. I was playing small. I would talk about a big game, talk about things I wanted in my gym business. I would say what I want to do in my health, and I would say what I want to do in my profession. But truthfully, I was just kind of get in, get the job done, and get out of there as fast as I could. But I want to do the minimum and get the maximum. And when I got to a point of not wanting to be here anymore, I had to take a real heavy, hard look in the mirror and go, hey, what are you doing, man? Whose fault is this? Who got us here? It was me. And me owning the mediocrity of who I had been and how I had not shown up in my life in the way I needed to, and how the lack of things in my life was on me, nobody else. And when you can do this, you start looking at the cost you're paying is vastly different than the cost of paying for something great. Now, when I say pay for something great, I mean you pay with blood, sweat, and tears to have something. But the thing is, it's chosen. You choose to give that. And honestly, it's short-lived. It's not forever. It's not an enduring difficulty, an enduring grit and grind. You have to push. But here's the thing. If you don't do that, if you avoid the ease or avoid the difficulty and seek the ease, then what happens is you have a regret that lasts forever. It is very enduring. It is very darkening. It's very saddening for a lot of people. You get to choose where you get to have fun. I used to coach a bunch of football players in a football team I had. And I told them, hey, guys, you have a choice. We get to have fun in a place and not a lot of fun in a place. But you don't get fun in both places. I go, we can have fun in practice, but the games won't be fun. And by fun, I mean play around, be loose, chill. Not going to be fun in the games. We're going to lose the games. Or we can Get after it in practice. It's not going to be the most fun. We're going to run and sweat and grind and we're going to go to work. But the games will be fun because we'll win. You do not get to have fun in practice and then fun on game day. It doesn't work that way. Same in life. You don't get to have fun all day long and then expect to have the fun, successful return. It's not going to work that way. If you have fun and don't do hard work, you don't get the return. You have a sucky outcome. Or if you do the grit and grind hard work and it's difficult, at some point it's fun when you succeed and win. But you have to realize there is a price that you paid for playing small right now. And that price is one that you cannot diminish, and it lasts longer. It seeps into your soul, and it's something you can't rip off. And if you want to have something great, you must understand that the price you pay is chosen by you, but you don't get to avoid hard. You get to choose your hard. And not making a choice is, in fact, a choice. So reality is mediocrity has a price tag too. If this episode stirred something in you, good. That means there's work to be done. Don't ignore it, because listening is just the beginning. Because real change happens when you engage and you commit. So I invite you to join the Dark Work community inside the Dark Work app, which is where you communicate with amazing people on the same journey as you. You can find them on the App Store and the Google Play Store right now. Step into the conversations that sharpen your habits, strengthen your identity, and keep you locked in to the Dark Work.